I can't take it back.
It's all good.
Oh, hi, Elmer. How are you?
Very good. I'm great.
Yeah.
Now that that's over with.
Right? So we just got back from California on Thursday morning. It was a wonderful trip. We got to see the Grand Canyon, petroglyphs, shitty Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Homeless is intense. It's really worse than they put on the news. It's a lot worse.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
We got roasted by a street performer.
We had a good trip. It was a good time.
So this is Fruitfully Multiplied, if you don't know. Also, I have a new channel called The Layer of Liz. This is Elmer from Elmer's World.
Hi.
He's a little weird, but so are we.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about the trip?
Just to see the differences, to see the different people, and to see, like, it's not that fucking different. The weather's different, the jobs are different, but they're not. Like, nothing's really all that different. It's really just the same old fucking.
Weather's a little better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say better. I'd say more consistent.
Well, yeah, it's more boring almost. Like, once you see the mountains so long, you're like, oh, man, there's mountains. Or you see the sun so long, it's like, yeah, it's warm out again. Cool.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was beautiful.
It was gorgeous. The nights were probably my favorite. All the stars in the desert. Oh, yes. That was probably my favorite.
It's
their first night.
Out of Michigan in general.
No.
Yeah.
It's quite the trip. It took us 3 days to get to Los Angeles, which we're told is record time, but
they all thought we were doing record time.
They all thought.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Now, we would have made even better time if we had like a gas hooked up to the car. That'd be great. Like Mad Max style. Just have the fucking tank.
Uh-huh. No, I think it went pretty well. It was good.
It went great.
Yeah.
My favorite part, I think, was definitely the sunrise of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I enjoyed the Grand Canyons.
Yeah. And, I don't know. I guess the tent city really surprised me. Like, I'd seen it on the news, and I'd seen, like, the problem with homelessness, and I kind of understand it. I've lived in a lot of places where there's a lot of homeless, but I've never seen tents just lining the sidewalk. It was humbling.
Well, it's like they're not going to do anything about it.
They don't care.
The cities don't do anything about it because it's like, to me, it's like George Carlin said, where it's like the poor people are there to scare you into going back and forth to your job. If you didn't have the poor people to see, then you might feel good about quitting your job one day compared to being like, oh, I see all these fucking nasty homeless people and I don't want to be like that, so I better keep going to my slave wage job and I better keep on fucking just nodding and agreeing so I don't end up like that. But
yeah.
It's
fear tactics.
Oh,
Who's with us? How are you doing?
What up, one viewer? How's it going?
2 viewers.
2 viewers. Ooh.
Wow.
Fancy.
Ooh, we got some. We're super famous now. We got whole 2 fucking viewers. Say something. How are you doing today?
We're doing great. We're
Pretty
doing
fucking
lovely.
awesome.
We got cigarettes and a beautiful sun, and we're in northern Michigan, so it's good.
Yep.
Other than that,
just sitting here, thought we'd go live and share some of our experiences, and also let you know that if you didn't, I have created a new channel called The Layer of Liz, and you can check that out. I'll probably upload this video to it also. But we've got quite a few videos on there. I got the petroglyphs on there already, which was really fucking amazing. Like, the petroglyphs, what, 12,000 years?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Roughly 12,000-year-old drawings, like some of the first drawings in America that they found. And it's really cool. Like, it almost looked like a map of their village. Yeah. That is the best way I can describe it. It was really... It was great. Like, there was some graffiti and stuff, but I really enjoyed, like, just seeing how they communicated. It was really awesome.
Yeah, that was in Utah.
Utah. Nice. Carson?
Panawan.
Panawan,
Utah.
Panawan, Utah.
Yeah, it was nice. It was
It
cool.
was great, and we found a couple of caves that we got to go check out.
They just found a monolith in Utah, I guess.
Yeah,
Yes.
sweet.
Like that. Just it was right when we got back. I seen it on Facebook, and it's like monolith found in Utah. Blah blah blah.
You know, I think one of my favorite parts was just being completely disconnected from all of the bullshit.
Yep.
Like we came back and everybody was shutting down again, and we're like, "Whoa, what happened?" You know.
Well, it's like I was still uploading and shit like that, but I wasn't scrolling on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook all fucking day. It was like, oh, we're actually doing stuff. We're actually looking at things and being here compared to just stuck in my fucking phone, just yeah, balls deep with other people's shit.
You know, sometimes it's better to just focus on your own self and then come back and see what else is happening.
Well, yeah, it was nice to take a break almost. Even though I was uploading and all that good shit, it's still just like, yeah, I enjoy doing more.
We got called out on Venice Boulevard for being hillbillies. That was pretty fun.
Venice Beach, a black guy who's making fun of me. It was fun. Yep. He just was roasting white people.
Yeah.
I can only imagine if I was a white guy saying, "I'm only roasting black people." Hey, let me roast all the black people. Oh, they already look kind of roasted, eh? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Like, you know, how racist would that be if I was the white guy roasting black people compared to a black guy roasting white people? But nobody gives a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
That's the whole thing about comedy is it shouldn't matter. That's why it's fucking comedy.
Well, it's just about making fun of your human condition or how you look. It's just like, oh, you look like a fucking hillbilly, and you look like a homeless guy with those shoes on, and oh, your name's Elmer. Okay, yeah, like I love it.
It was awesome.
It's just like your ego is not as important as you think it is. It's just a image or it's just a fucking that identity crisis kind of shit. Like if I actually had some problems, I would have been offended, but I'm not. I'm not easily offended.
No.
It would take a lot.
It was awesome. I got it all on video. If you go, you can find it.
Yeah.
It's called Elmer Gets Roasted by a Street Performer.
Yeah. It's on my channel and your channel.
Yeah, it's on Layer of Liz. It's on Elmer's World if you want to check that out.
More posts, more links, more blah 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 blah. Content.
But I don't know. It was definitely nice to reconnect with nature.
What was the worst part about the trip?
The flies. The flies were fucking awful.
Man, that fucking desert, they just wouldn't leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah, it was like day 2.
Well, it's like they didn't have food or something. Like they don't have food for miles.
I swear to God, they were coming from like miles away. Like miles.
Well, they told their buddies, like, hey, dude, we got some foods over here. We smelled cooking burgers last night. Come over here. Next thing you know, the fucking whole van is full of flies. It's like
just the whole roof just covered in flies. It was like that movie.
Yeah, it was weird. It was pretty creepy.
It was really creepy. And we tried to get rid of them. We still had flies in the van from California.
We were dropping them off on the way back from California and just
flying them out.
Little gas station stops and a couple would fly out or fucking fly in my fucking...
Or open up the windows and the doors.
I was so annoyed.
Oh man. And then it got cold and they all disappeared. They're like, oh, we're okay, we're gonna be okay. And the next morning they're just back. They didn't really go anywhere. I think they all just dropped to the floor to stay warm.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't want to spot in this fucking, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, and the sliding down the mountain, that was pretty awful. That was very scary.
Yes, it was.
It was very scary. We were sliding. I don't even know what mountain it was, but it was.
My butthole was puckering, and I was scared. It was kind of freaky.
Puckering. Mine. I literally everything just.
Oh yeah.
My whole stomach. My stomach raised to my throat. I almost vomited.
Yep, and then we did a Yui and went.
I'm not even sure how you managed to get that angle.
Because I'm a good fucking driver, and I know what I'm doing. I usually become one with the vehicle, and I'm like, okay, this is what we got to do. Otherwise, I like physics.
It was. I still can't. That girl that pushing her fucking car up. There was somebody right behind us.
That was cute.
She was trying to push her car up a mountain with 3 inches of snow on the road.
It's like it ain't going.
And she's like, I can't get it. And we're like, I wonder why.
You're gonna get to a point, then you're gonna have to. Oh, okay, yeah.
So as we're doing a U-turn, we're passing her. She's trying to push it up with all of her little winter gear on, and she's all, I can't figure out why I can't get this car up the hill because you're one woman trying to push a fucking Outback up the mountain.
Yeah.
In snow. It's ridiculously stupid.
It was dangerous, but we made it down, and it just it fucked us on time. That's about it.
Yeah,
And then
we
money,
spent that
gas.
entire day trying to get out of Colorado into Mexico.
Yep.
And it was awful.
Yeah, just the weather, just the fuck. If the weather wouldn't have been that shitty,
We would have been
we
fine.
probably would have made it.
But,
Little unexpected
unexpected
hiccups.
snow in New Mexico.
Yeah,
So, one viewer, how are you?
yeah.
Who are you?
Probably your husband. He loves watching you.
He does, I
Oh
know.
yeah, he loves it.
He's supposed to be working right now, though.
Yeah, they're all supposed to be working.
Yeah, I am working. I'm working right now doing this podcast.
Yeah, I'm not lying, so I don't work. And yeah, there you go. Neither does anybody else. They just pretend like they do. Yay!
It's not even work. It's called slave labor if you haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, it's it's the difference between slaves in the day and slaves nowadays is like the slaves back then actually got housed and clothed and fed, and then nowadays you house and clothe and feed yourself, but
Yeah.
you're still.
And the slaves back then knew they were slaves.
Yeah, they didn't.
They don't know they're slaves
They weren't
now.
in denial, and nowadays everyone's in denial, and it's like, cool, okay, what are you doing with your life?
Technically, it would be called indentured servitude.
Well, yeah, whatever fancy words you want to put on it, it's still you work for me, motherfucker. That's it. You're a peasant, motherfucker. Come work for the big man, the employer, the blah 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 blah. And how'd you get to be that way? Oh, because my daddy and my daddy and my daddy and
my daddy's daddy earned this because I didn't
Uh-huh.
really earn anything. I just overview it all.
Or I got a college education and don't mount up for shit because of COVID. Or oh, I got this and I spent 200 grand on a fucking architecture degree or a doctorate or whatever the fuck it is. And it's like, cool. What are you doing with it? I'm working at McDonald's. They're the only fucking place open. Okay, cool. These fucking sheep still need food, so there you go.
Bye.
They're all needing food. They all need to food and fuck and feast and famine and whatever the fuck else. It's like, oh,
Oh, we lost him.
good. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that was fun. That was
So-
always that's what I mean by I'll be real as fuck on any fucking podcast or openness because it's like
Right.
I just don't give a
Hope he's
fuck.
back, or somebody else is back.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, how are you? If
Yeah,
you haven't been here before, we're just starting to join us. We are talking about our trip to California.
My name's Elmer. This is Liz. This is her channel. I have my own channel called Elmer's World. You can check me out there. Other than that, I don't know. You might not want to. I just make dumbass videos.
Or you can check out his channel, I Did Not Die, like that one. It's got all your music on it.
I like to be a creator. I don't want to be a consumer. I've already consumed enough content to know that it's creator or consumer, and you're going to be one or the other in the future. So the two people watching, thank you for consuming. Now you could go create if you want to, but you don't have to because there's people like us that'll create for you, and you can just be mindless fuckheads, and it's okay. Not a bad thing. You got to be mindless for a little bit. It's never. It's always in moderation, though. Please. Liz is a fucking coffee freak.
I'm a coffee addict. I get kind of grumpy if I don't get coffee. I was really grumpy yesterday. I didn't have any coffee yesterday.
You had coffee.
No, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
When?
Once you made it?
I didn't make coffee yesterday. We left and we came straight here. I never made coffee yesterday.
Oh, that's right. I'm thinking.
Didn't have any coffee yesterday.
Yeah, we left
Felt off all day.
Early, yeah.
And then I crashed it and fell asleep forever.
Well, we tried to stay with my dad, and we got there at 4:30 in the morning on Thanksgiving Day. We had Thanksgiving dinner and all that shit, and then we stayed the night there again. And then my stupid asshole stepmom starts getting her dogs all riled up for no fucking reason at 6:30 in the morning. And it's like, if you don't want us there, you could just tell us to get the fuck out. You could just tell us to leave. You don't have to rile your dogs up to get the message across. But when you're indirect to people and you don't have any balls and you can't directly say, I don't fucking like you and you should get the fuck out of my house, that's a little different. I respect that a little bit more than
that a lot more than
I'm gonna turn the music up. I'm gonna crank the music at 6:30 in the morning. I'm gonna fucking get the dogs going.
Heavy metal at 6:30 in the morning.
It just shows how much of a fucking faggot ass pussy, immature that you are. My father and my stepmother both. I'm throwing you both under the bus because you're fucking immature.
Very fucking
So
childish.
there's me venting my rage towards my fucking family because they're just, you know, they're family, but they're people too, and they still have their emotional baggage, bullshit, mental mind fuck game manipulation thing that they all play. So I don't give a fuck. At least I get to get it out. It's recorded. Then you can watch it later, mom or fucking dad, or I mean Jody and
Whoever.
dad, and you can kiss my fucking ass because I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry. I just don't give a fuck
Truth
anymore.
hurts sometimes.
Saying the truth is my truth. It's just their fucking the actions. It's that feeling of like, if you have something to say to me, fucking say it. If you don't have anything to say, then why are you being this snide cunt? Why are you being this like asshole that you don't like? Don't pretend to be my friend and then turn around and be a fucking cunt to me. Just don't be my friend. It's pretty fucking simple. Like, but you know, that's how people are. They're fake as fuck, and then they are scared. I'm so afraid of Elmer. I'm so afraid to tell him anything. I'm so afraid to. I'm afraid of the whatever the fuck it is. Drives me nuts.
It's sad.
It's just a fear. It fucks everything up. It's that false expectation appearing real. Like they're falsely expecting me to like be mad when really it's like I'm more mad that you went about it in an indirect way than if you were just saying, "Hey, son, you can't stay here. I need you and your girlfriend to go as soon as you can." Cool. Or if Jody came up to me and said, "You know, I changed my mind and I really don't think it's a good idea to stay here." Okay, I respect that. What am I going to do? Get mad at you and be like, "You fucking cunt"? No, that's your false expectation appearing like it's going to really happen when I'm not actually that kind of guy. Just because I've been that guy in like the past doesn't mean I'm going to be that guy in every single fucking situation. So it's that false expectation appearing real and their fucking hallucination. And then they don't do anything verbally about it. And then it shows they're fucking immature. So
Well, if you can't even have a conversation about something, then
if you can't speak your mind, then you're a fucking faggot ass pussy. Sorry. You're weak and pathetic, and I don't need you in my fucking life. If you are like that, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm extreme. Maybe
just
I don't give
be
a fuck.
open and talk. Just say what you have on your mind. And that's really all it boils down to is saying what you have on your mind instead of trying to get people to guess or go about it in these indirect ways.
Let's play mind games.
Let's not act like we're in fucking high school.
Well, yeah, and that's it. That's where it's that feeling of, holy fuck, I know I'm not the most best, smartest, greatest person ever. And I'm not saying that, but it's that the fact of you could have done it this way, but you chose to do it that way. And what the fuck? It's so immature. It's so fucking stupid. That's how it goes, though. That's how people are. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean you're an adult. Just because you're 45 doesn't mean you're fucking smart. Doesn't mean you're actually
True.
mature. Doesn't mean you're, you know, I know a lot of 50-year-olds that are just as dumb as the 23-year-olds that I know. And then sometimes I know these 19-year-olds that are actually more mature than the fucking 30-year-olds I know. So
Or 50
maturity doesn't have anything to do with age.
experience and lessons learned.
Well, it's like I know some people that are fucking 60-year-old fucking just dumbasses. They're
Mm-hmm.
fucking stupid. And it's like, how are you that confused still, sir or ma'am? You've lived here 60 years and you're still fucking like, I don't know what this is
It's because
about.
I think it's because they don't learn from their experiences. You got to
Yeah.
learn from your mistakes.
And then how would you learn from your experience? Well, you pay attention. You'd actually have an attention span. Oh, and no one's got that anymore.
Retro view,
Everyone's got ADD. So
being able to look back and analyze what has
to
happened or
actually
what's
be
going on,
reflective.
to reflect on your actions, not others' actions. Reflect on your actions.
Yeah.
Because really, when it boils down to it, anything that happens to you is something you've left.
You put yourself in that situation.
And I mean, obviously there's circumstances where you can't control certain things, especially if you're a child or
I
something.
can't
But
control the weather. I can't control the fact that
as an adult,
you
if
know,
you choose to go to an area and something bad happens to you, that's because you chose to go to a bad area.
well, yeah, don't hang out in the crackhead area of Detroit. Don't go to fucking LA in the ghetto. Don't like, you know, it's I guess that's the feeling I have of people are so afraid of the world, but yet it's like create your own goddamn world, make your own little bubble. You're already in a little bubble anyways, so you might as well make it a good one. Make it,
Make it
I
a
don't know.
happy one.
I guess
Enjoy yourself.
instead of telling people to do that, that's all I can do is tell myself that. Like that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make my own little world, my own little bubble. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna post. I'm gonna blah blah blah. And other than that, I'm just sharing because it's just human information. It's human knowledge that we're passing on over and over and over. That's all we're fucking doing is passing on more information. I'm
Yeah.
just sick of all the shitty information, in the age of fake news. Everyone seems like there is no more truth anymore, but yet there are still some truths to the world, and people just don't want to agree. Everybody wants to say, well, the truth is an opinion. Okay,
The sky
we're
is blue.
really going to get somewhere with this one, aren't we? Well, it's just I write people off. I write people off now. I just, nope, you just said the dumbest. Nope. There's so many people in the world. I do not have to wait for you to get smarter. Why would I? Well, because you love them and that's your husband or that's your wife or that's your boyfriend, that's your girlfriend. It's like, but they're a
No.
fucking dumb animal. They're a fucking stupid idiot animal convinced that they're a human and they're not helping themselves. They're not benefiting me. They're not benefiting anybody. They don't even fucking give me a good conversation or a good laugh once in a while. So next, blow the load on the floor, wipe it up with your sock, and burn your fucking sock if you have to. Kill the entire civilization, wipe that entire civilization off your chest. All those hundreds of millions of babies, get rid of them.
Squirt it out.
Doesn't seem to be a problem for you. Shoot it in the toilet. That's my advice. When you're jacking off and you're taking a shit, it's kind of the best time because
Flush your kids.
You could take a shit and then you can watch the porn and then you can almost smell like you're in the porn and then you blow your load on your turds and then it all just washes away and you're good and you're not dirty from some wet pussy on your dick. You're not all cummy and crusty. It's real simple. So simple. And you smell like you're in the porn. Man, I can almost smell it like I'm really there. Damn, spread her asshole wider. Yeah. They love it. Put in 2 fingers and just
one in the stink. Like, don't forget the one in the stink.
Just grind it.
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Meh. We'll just put 2
they like it.
Just eagle claw.
Eagle.
It is like take my talon. Oh, what's a talon?
Oh my god.
Do chickens have large talons?
Chickens can have large talons. I guess it depends on how big your chicken is.
Yeah.
I seen this really huge chicken on one of my farming channels the other day. I was like, swear to God, it was bigger than, like, it was as big as a fucking turkey. It was huge.
Any chicken you eat from KFC, huge. They can't walk.
Did you know that the chickens that they serve in KFC are actually created in tubes and they're genetically modified and they don't have feathers or claws or beaks and they just pump them full of steroids so that they can just harvest them? And it's like cool. It was pretty gross. I seen a documentary on it. It's gross.
Did it show you the actual footage of them doing that?
Yeah. It was like
the footage I seen was just where they're just all in their thing and they can't move. None of them are walking. None of them are
that
moving.
One too. It's all pretty sad.
They're as big as the cage almost. Where then they're. Yeah, it's fucking.
It's sad. Like I would much rather eat a chicken that walked around on some land and ate bugs and berries than eat a chicken that grew up on fucking
its own shit.
Fluid.
Yeah.
And shit.
Sat there in its own shit and piss and just
it's disgusting.
It's just a massive amount of people, and they want to feed the massive amount of people at once, and it's.
Well, the problem is the massive amount of people are too lazy to feed their goddamn selves.
Yeah, but them buying chicken from KFC is them feeding themselves. That's the problem. That's where the society.
It's not them feeding themselves.
It is. You go to work and get money so you can feed yourself. But that's where that whole middleman came in. You got to go get money, and you got to go to another building in order to go here to feed yourself. Compared to cut that shit out and all you need is a piece of property to feed yourself on.
Which is the goal.
Which is the old style way of doing things. Nowadays you don't have to know how to farm, don't have to know how to toil, don't have to know how to do anything. You can just go to the store,
push buttons,
and buy food.
Go to work, go to the store anymore. Push buttons like a mindless automaton.
Like a monkey. Anything you can do, a monkey could probably do too.
Maybe better.
Yeah. So
because they don't talk back.
Or they do. They're probably screaming shit and
throw shit at you.
But so do humans. They just do it verbally.
Yeah.
It's a lot of verbal diarrhea.
Unless they snort bath salts and then they do it physically.
Yeah, maybe your face. That'd be cool.
I remember that happened. I was like, oh my god, the zombie apocalypse is happening now.
I think there's everybody. I think The Walking Dead is just a symbolic. It's just a symbolism thing of people are already walking dead. They're already mentally walking around dead. They're brain dead. They don't want to think for themselves. They want to do whatever their fuckbook tells them. They want to do whatever their parents tell them. They want to do whatever the teachers and people
hunt
tell
for
them.
Hunt through the maze for the cheese.
Well, yeah, it's the got cheese on a fishing line. Just come here. Like
Well,
humans are easy. They're so
carrot on a
stupid.
string for the horse, you know.
I just wish they were more of a challenge. The only challenging part I have about humans is they're stupid. That's what's challenging me. It challenges my
And it's as
patience.
a whole. Humans as a whole are stupid. Individuals can be
What are
smart.
we doing that is that impressive? Like, what are we doing as a human race or species that is really impressing you? What impresses you about humans?
Mm,
Or I should say, oh yeah, that's a good one. What
what
impresses
impresses me about humans? I guess overall or like lately.
you? Whatever you
I
want.
guess
I like
the
their
recent.
I like their kindness and consideration. I like how they help each other out. I'm impressed with their humanity, and they love each other. But
Not really impressed with the humanity because the humanities it's all a fake front. It's all for self promotion and self.
I guess I'm impressed with the ones that don't boast about it,
Yeah,
where you know that somebody helped somebody, and it wasn't about, hey, look at me helping this person. It's more of, and it's not even the, hey, I bought
it,
200 turkeys for Thanksgiving for people. It's more like you just go do that, and you don't get any recognition, and that makes you feel good. And
it's
it's more of
like
a, I'm
it's
impressed by
where
the
it's people
genuineness.
doing things for others where they're yeah like that where they're not actually trying to get kudos and then somebody else maybe shows what they're doing. But if you're doing things to help people with the intentions of being seen, it has nothing to do with helping those people. It's only about helping yourself. You got to
For the
help
most part,
people without expectation.
pretty much. It's like loving without expectation compared to like, oh, I'll love you as
Yeah,
long as you do this for me, or I'll
giving the
love you as long as
guy,
you.
the homeless guy on the street, $20 bill while you videotape it doesn't really help any fucking buddy. Like it makes the homeless guy, who knows how it makes him feel.
He's
You
got
know,
20 bucks in his
he's
pocket,
got
so
20
he's
bucks
going
in
to
his
get
pocket.
drunk,
He's gonna go be drunk or maybe smoke crack or who
change
knows
his
what he's
life
gonna do.
for about 25
You know,
minutes or an hour,
he
and
might get some McDonald's. But you're doing it so everybody can go, oh, you really helped them. Blah, 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 blah. No, you didn't fucking help them. Why don't you go get them a fucking pair of clothes, get them a hotel room for the night, let them shower, and take them to a job interview? That would fucking help them. Giving them $20 doesn't do shit but perpetuate their addictions.
yeah,
You want to really fucking help people?
stop helping them.
Yeah.
Now,
Help yourself.
what? What do you
Do for
mean?
you.
What do you mean stop helping them? It's like if you really want to help them, I don't know. This
I
is
don't give homeless people money. I give them food. And if they don't want the food, I guess they don't really need the help.
yeah.
And there's been many people in my lifetime that I have tried to give food to, and they refuse it. So it's not that they're homeless. Most homeless people want to be homeless. They like their lifestyle. If you
They're
don't want to be
choosing.
homeless,
They're choosing.
you won't be homeless for very fucking long. I give you a year tops.
I have no idea.
I say a year tops.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if
I have no idea what it's like. I don't
it's
know.
awful. I've been homeless before.
Yeah.
But if you don't want that lifestyle, you're not going to perpetuate it. You're not going to continue to be around those kind of people. You're going to put yourself around people that have things, that are doing things, and you're going to continue to do things. If you want to be homeless, you're going to hang out with homeless people. And you'll stay homeless. You'll stay poverty stricken and hungry and
Or just
starving and dirty
houseless.
and crack-headed or
Yeah.
meth-headed. I don't know, whatever area you're in.
People love not feeling the way they feel, so they use drugs to not feel that way.
Oh, the tent right there. When we were on Venice Beach. We actually watched somebody like start beating the heck out of this tent because there was a chick in there all doped up on drugs, puking in their tent, and you could hear him yelling at her.
Yep.
It was
Like, you
ridiculous.
ain't puking in here, bitch. You ain't puking in here. Get out.
Tore
Get
that
out.
fucking tent up just to get her out of it. Which now you have no tent. That made no fucking sense.
Well, get her out of my tent. It's just that's all they're doing. They come out of their tent to get money and do whatever, and then they go find their drugs, and then they sit in the tent, do drugs until the next day. What kind of life is that? If that's the kind of life you want, go to Venice Beach. If that's not the kind of life you want, then I don't know.
I was very disappointed in the beach. It was a cloudy day.
Yeah, it's just a fucking beach. Like they're all nice. It's where the water
No,
meets
I can
land.
literally say I've been to on both sides of the fucking ocean
Oh
now,
yeah,
both oceans. I didn't go in the ocean because it was like cold and windy and cloudy, and
it's nice. It's just yeah, you're not missing much by not
I
going
wasn't
into
really
salt
missing
water.
too much. I don't like salt water.
When I went, it made me chafe. I went on the
Oh
side of the
man, I remember
Pacific.
the
I was
first time
just
I got hit with like the saltwater wave. I was in Florida and it was awful. Like had no goggles on. I was, Michigan kid, never dealt with saltwater before, and just and my eyes are stinging. I couldn't breathe. My nose was stinging. My mouth was all dry and salty.
I lost my
It was
glasses in the
gross.
ocean.
And then later that day, I was a lobster, like just
Mhm.
lobster.
Well, yeah, that's where it's like, I don't know.
I
It
did.
was
I
nice
did
weather.
enjoy. I did enjoy tanning in the desert. That was wonderful.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I enjoyed the desert. It was fun.
it was.
I just wanted to get the fuck away from people. I'm a people person who hates people. So it's that feeling of like, well, it is like I'm a social butterfly. I can go social butterfly all the fucking, when it's me and my friends or I'm invited somewhere. It's like I'm social butterfly, but I fucking can't stand humans. I think they're repulsive.
For the most
Sorry.
part,
For the most part, there's a lot
I
of
like
good.
looking.
Mm, I'm not even fucking interested anymore. Like I've seen so many fucking people on Facebook. I've seen so many different versions of the same goddamn human over and over and over. Oh, you got this. Oh, you got that. Oh, you're a cowboy. Oh, you're a fucking hippie. Oh, you're a. It's so fucking overplayed. Like I've seen so many humans that it's like I just want to go see the Grand Canyon. I want to see the beautiful views. I want to see nature because I'm much more impressed by nature than the fucking human species. But that's my shtick. I fucking hate everybody.
I was more impressed by the petroglyphs, by our early ignorant humans, than I am most humans now.
Well, yeah, it was fun.
It was great.
It was like the best part.
Mm, definitely.
I love seeing it. It was great. It was like, yeah.
And it did just look like a map of their village. Like, they had like these little blocks and like little pathways
Mhm.
carved. And it was like, well, there's this many people in this village and this many people on this side and this many people
Just kind
here.
of showing where the supplies were almost
Yeah.
too. I was just like,
It's
well,
like resources here. There's like water lines.
it
And
was
you could tell it
interesting.
was probably just like one big wall that had been broken up over the years.
Also, just to see language.
Yeah.
That's all it really is. It's a linguistics. It's the language of those people at that time, and all they could do is carve into stone.
Well, it's like bees. That's how they communicate. The way they communicate is like through buzzing and patterns of flight, and that's how they communicate from one bee to the other where pollen is,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Mhm. Everything communicates. It's just like we think that words are the only way to communicate a lot of the time, or saying something. It's all communication to some kind of level. Even if you just roll your eyes at somebody, even if you whatever the fuck it is, it's still everything is mm, saying something. It just depends on if you're listening or if you can. People can't pay attention nowadays. That's what kills me. When you have to repeat yourself, and then once you do repeat yourself, you're like, I don't even want to fucking do this anymore. I'd rather just not talk to you. And yeah, it gets annoying, etc., etc. Yep.
Mm. Or talking to people about the same shit over and over, gossiping.
Yeah.
So, like, if you don't have anything better to say about anything other than what other people are doing, maybe you should find something to fucking do.
I just want to know what people are doing. Like I like to hear about them. I don't want to talk to my friend Tanner and hear nothing but Marcus. I don't want to talk to Marcus and hear nothing but it's just that feeling. I want to hear about them. I want to hear about what the individual's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah
Do
blah.
you have a topic you want to talk about?
Nope.
COVID?
I'm just talk to talk. COVID's stupid. It's all fucking bullshit. It's just here to bankrupt the economy.
His sister-in-law has COVID right now, and it's no worse than a sinus infection, is what she says.
No worse than the common cold I
Common
had
cold.
in October or in March.
I mean, she couldn't taste the jalapeno, but other than that, she says she feels fine.
Well, and to me, that's an exaggeration of the personality. Like if you're a drama queen and all of a sudden you can't really taste or smell that well, you're going to be a drama queen and you're going to make it like, I can't taste anything. I can't smell anything. No, let me eat that. Let me dramatic and be more exaggerative like a fucking actress that I am. And let me pretend like I can't taste this fireball or this fucking jalapeno. So I don't believe her for a second. When my mom told me that, I was like, I don't fucking believe that at
Mm-hmm.
all. I believe she's just exaggerating. I guarantee she could taste or smell something, but drama queen gets you more attention, and then you get more attention by posting about it. It's just an
Look at
attention seeking
me.
thing. Sorry to throw everybody I love under the bus today, but I'm kind of just sick of everybody's shit in general, even Liz's, even my own. Trust
I
me,
have a lot of my own shit.
that was a whole trip within itself. Just how well did you guys get along on your road trip? Bah, 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 bah. Did you want to hurt each other? Did you want to kill each other? Did you want to kick him out of the van? Blah 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 blah. Like, how many times did you want to kick me out of the van?
3.
3. That was pretty quick. Yep.
Honest.
Well, yeah, I'd rather have the truth.
3 times. 2 on the way there, 1 on the way back.
Yep.
The first 2 mostly had to do with lack of sleep. I think that was our biggest issue. It wasn't really us being as irritated with each other as we really thought. Once I think it was more lack of rest than anything. You know, when you go 72 hours with maybe 4 hours of sleep, you get a little irritated.
Yeah. No food. That'll irritate you too. Being a little hangry. That was always a good one.
Yeah. So it wasn't like we weren't eating, but we weren't eating what we were used to eating.
It's that
so
getting hangry, getting tired, being animals and not getting what we need, and then wanting to kill each other or having miscommunication because we're so fucking looped out.
Yeah, and I think that had a lot to do with it too. Just the fact that we're bent up for so long, then your brain doesn't really function as properly after you've had more than 48 hours of no sleep. After you have 72 hours of no sleep, you're more than likely to have hallucinations, and that's when your brain starts to deteriorate.
Nice. I love when my brain deteriorates. I need it to deteriorate more if it could, please.
Well, you know.
Oh my God.
I can work with that.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I really enjoyed waking up. The first night we were in the desert, I woke up in the middle of the night. It was fucking cold as hell, but I woke up and I looked up and all I could see was just like this endless stars. I could see pretty much the whole like Milky Way. It was absolutely gorgeous. Like just every little detail because you're so far out. There's no light pollution. It's amazing. Like if you've always lived in the city, I really feel sorry for you. You need to go out into the country where there's no lights, and then just wait until it gets dark, and then look up.
Try something new.
Try something new.
I could advise. It was nice. It was
do something you've never done before.
Yeah, novelty.
That was really what that trip was all about. Was just doing something I'd never done before. Because I've never been to California, and I wanted to go. Mm-hmm. I've been through almost every state in this country. Now. The only states I haven't been to yet are Oregon, Washington, and Dakotas.
Yeah.
Fuck the Dakotas. Because it's cold.
Yeah, and they're all full of people. Kansas was stupid.
Oh my God.
Kansas was like the same town after town after town, and then
like you would have thought you were going in circles if you weren't following a GPS.
Yep.
Or
you're like going 65, and then all of a sudden you come into a town that's like 40. There's a cop right there waiting for you.
There's a
and then
mill.
On the left, there's a big mill, grain mill with a long like railroad tracks.
30 houses.
To the right, here's houses directly. They're just designed the exact same way. So then you go through that town, you finally get back to a 65 area, and then next thing you know, you're coming to the same town again. Oh, 65 to 40. Open, there's a cop sitting right there. Oh, there's the grain mill on the left with the train. I
swear to God, it was like Twilight Zone.
And I'm thinking, am I tripping on acid right now? Am I just like hallucinating? What did I eat?
Something?
Who put what in beverage or my food? And then same fucking town over and over again. I'm like, wow, Kansas, you're really fucking.
I feel really bad for the Kansas teenagers right now. Well, yeah, I'm so sorry, Kansas teenagers.
Make grain and smell cow shit. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, well, you know what? I bet those kids are getting high as hell off the mushrooms off the cow patties.
Sure, they better be. They better be making.
I hope so.
Oh yeah, there's so much cow shit in Kansas, I guess. And they slaughter them there too, I guess. And it's a central location of the fucking country. I think that would make sense.
Oklahoma was awful too. Oh yeah, man, that damn
impressed.
I hit a what was it? Tumbleweed. That was like the size of a fucking bug.
Yeah.
The Volkswagen bug. It was fucking huge. There was like sticks like ingrained into my radiator.
I'm gonna make a whole video just about female drivers. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a whole video.
You're not any better.
I'm better than a female driver. Oh yeah. I didn't hit no tumbleweed. I didn't have to go.
The tumbleweed was in the middle of the fucking road.
There was a time where I let her drive, and I was just like,
It's my car.
it was within a minute, we're already like,
Oh.
getting jerked, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I've been driving for 12 hours, and this isn't.
Yeah, because you always let me take over right before we got to the city.
No, that's your Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'll be my next video on Elmer's World.
Yeah, because
female drivers and why they need to stay.
Male drivers and why
road.
they ignore signs.
What signs?
Sign that says "Do not continue if you do not have chains on your tires." That's
but if you're smart enough to know that only applies to semis, CMV vehicles, bam, there you go. Had nothing to do with us. It's just that at your own risk.
Yeah, I was not willing to take that risk.
No, we risked it.
We did. It was scary.
It was shitty.
Eye-opening.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a whole new series on my
Gut
channel
wrenching.
called Battle of the Sexes, and it's gonna be just it's gonna be a show of who can actually do things better. And then we're gonna finally solve all this bullshit once and for all, where it's gonna be like, oh, but females are better at driving. Oh no, males are
It's all
better at driving.
opinionated statements anyway.
It's not if you actually had a competition and a test of like, here's this female driver, you go through this course. Here's a male driver, you go through this course. Who did it safer? Who did it better? Okay, you hit 7 cones, I hit 2. Well, who is better? Well, I was. Or I hit 25 cones and you hit 3. Who was better? Oh, you were. It's not an opinion. Comes down to an opinion, kind of, but it's still that feeling of like, okay, well, if it's a time thing, who got through it faster? Oh, well, you did. Oh, then you win. That's winning and losing. But females and males don't seem to like the battle of the sexes. It gets so fucking egotistically hurt. You're hurting my ego, hurting my precious ego and my feelings about how good of a better of a it's like,
I mean, I think history has a lot to prove too.
Has what?
Like your driving history. How many cars have you went through?
Yeah, like 30.
Yeah, I've not went through 30 cars.
And I still think I drove better than you. I still think I drive better
I've
than
never hit anybody or hit a deer or totaled my car.
No. I hit deer, but only in the last few years. Actually, the last year is when I hit most of the deer. I don't think, but that's still like that. I don't know. Is that freak accident that I can't avoid, or is it that I'm a shitty driver, so I hit deer? Like, I don't believe it's that I'm a shitty driver and I hit deer. I think it's more like, those were some freak accidents. When it comes down to like staying in your lane and not going over the rumble strip 18 fucking times, good driver. 18 times of the rumble strip, every single, like.
It was not 18 times. You hit the rumble strip.
How many times was it that one night? It was like that last night of just like, I'm like, you like this? Do you enjoy hitting this rumble strip? Are you trying to fucking wake me up?
I was trying to make music.
Whatever.
No,
girls always have a fucking excuse for all of it.
Yeah, I hit the rumble strip a few times,
and it was fucking annoying as fuck. It's like, I've been driving all day, so you take over, and it would be nice if you didn't hit the rumble strip, because it's kind of my time to sleep now, because I took my turn. You could have been sleeping the entire time I was driving, but yet you don't, so I can't feel bad for you when you're not. Yeah, and then you hit the rumble strip, and I'm like,
it's hard to sleep
when
you're jerking around.
Can I sleep? No, I can't, because you fucking, my girlfriend keeps hitting the rumble strip. Why does she keep hitting the rumble strip? Well, because she's like losing track of the wheel or something. Why is she losing track of the wheel or something? Well, because she's, I don't know. And then blah, blah, blah. And girls are more ditzy. Girls don't pay attention as much, but that's me being a sexist.
That's
so
also just an opinion.
I'm a sexist.
Opinion.
I'm a womanizer. I'm not impressed. Women can give birth. That's cool. Wow. What can men do? What are you impressed with about men?
Not much.
Hopefully not much. Yep, that's what I thought. Me neither. Nobody impresses me much. If you come on time, I like it. If you make me food that's really good, I like it. If you grab me a beverage and you thought of me and I didn't even ask you to, I like it. Other than that, that's just things I like. I'm not even impressed. Or maybe I guess I am a little impressed, but it's still that, oh, okay. Anyone could do that. We could all do that. Men, women, monkeys.
Something a man could do that would impress me.
Yeah. Other than like buy you a bunch of shit.
That doesn't impress me.
But I'm just saying, like, that's really how most people feel. Like, if you can manly take care of me and be a man provider, then I'm gonna love you. And it's like,
I don't know.
That's impressive to people.
It's heights. I can handle heights. I can't do heights. I hate heights.
Yeah.
Heights scare me.
Yeah, it's kind of like if it wasn't for men, who would have built all these bridges?
Monkeys?
Well, I don't know, but realistically, like who would have built the Mackinac Bridge? You think a bunch of women would have done it?
No,
Nope.
because we don't have as strong of a desire to conquer
You
everything.
don't have as strong of a body.
Conquer.
Don't have as strong as of a body. Like literally, the physicality of it. Of like, who's gonna win? You know, we could both be animalistic and fucking kill each other, but it's that
Yeah,
feeling of
strength
like,
isn't everything. Sometimes smarts outweigh strength.
that's true. If you can
And
booby
if I,
trap it.
booby trap the area or just drop a rock in your goddamn head.
Yeah.
Smart. If I hide away and then just drop a rock on
Snipe
you,
me out with a gun.
you know, patience.
Yeah, it's a virtue.
I don't have it.
I do.
I'm working on it.
I'm just as patient as I am impatient. I can wait years for something.
Yeah.
Like literally, I can wait.
I guess
years.
it depends on what I'm waiting for.
And then other times it's like you're going way too slow. Get out of my way. And I'm so impatient. I'm like, I want to unload the car this way. Get out of my way. That's when I'm impatient.
Or can you please stop buying stupid ass fucking lottery tickets because I have other shit to do instead of sit here and watch you fucking fool around with the goddamn lottery box.
It's only because the lottery.
God, that's so weird.
Lottery.
You're gonna sit there, figure out what fucking lottery tickets you want in advance, okay? Or stop playing the goddamn lottery and go buy something for yourself.
Do something good for yourself. I don't know.
I'm gonna spend $300 a month on a lottery ticket hoping that I win, and then I'm gonna complain I can't pay my light bill.
I think the scratch offs are for peasants and poor people, and that's how they get you. Like even the casino is not meant for whatever, but it's like
I mean, I understand
you
the
have a
state
better
lottery.
chance of winning
It's
at the
like
casino.
School funding or whatever.
Well, yeah, but it's not. Why are the schools closing then? If 100% of those profits went to schools, then why the fuck are all the schools in Detroit, all these other places closing? Oh, because it's a lie. You know how much people spend on a fucking lottery? That could fund all the schooling. I guarantee it.
Ever.
But they take it for themselves because they printed you some shiny pieces of paper that you get to scratch because you're a fucking peasant. Okay.
I mean, you can literally go online and buy lottery tickets and buy a machine and set it up anywhere you want and make money off of it.
Yeah.
I looked into it once. It actually doesn't cost that much.
I'm sure it's an investment, but once you make the investment,
Pretty small investment. I mean, compared to like the rolls of lottery tickets really don't cost that much.
Well, no, but they are. I mean, they cost. Guarantee they cost as much as a fucking
machine costs more.
Either way, I'm not fucking interested in peasant shit.
It's sad.
It's just for
sit there and waste your time.
It's for the low lives. When I worked at a gas station, you know who bought lottery tickets? Low lives. Bunch of low lives. And then
poor people.
The people that weren't low lives that bought lottery tickets, well, they were just low lives and a little bit better of a car or better of a tire. They really didn't have any kind of mentality that was going to keep them from doing what the fuck they're doing, which is, wow, dude, you buying $30 lottery tickets and you come in here and buy 7 of them and you're like, oh, okay. And it's like,
and then you sit there and scratch them to buy more.
Oh, I watched it. I watched some.
Oh my god,
pure addiction. But it's the addiction. It is like I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. The addiction to thinking you're gonna win compared to like knowing you're a fucking loser for even buying them. You know, and yes, you can't win unless you play. I understand that. So I'm contradicting it, but at the same time, Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. Does your little $1 free ticket really make you feel better?
It does. Yeah, it gives them the dopamine they need.
Yeah.
That dopamine release.
I'd rather go to Vegas and win 600.
Yeah, Vegas was great.
Vegas was fucking awesome. Thank you, Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas was pretty fun. That was a great day.
It would be cool to stay longer, but
then we would have just been peasants.
Probably. We would have lost it.
Yeah, I think we did good with it.
Yeah, it worked out.
It all worked out. Everything worked out the way it was supposed to work out.
COVID.
It's not COVID. It's really shitty lungs from 20 years plus of smoking.
Disgusting. It's a turnoff, yeah.
Yeah.
If you were wondering. Not you, them.
I already know that.
Oh, man. one friend commented on my Snapchat the other day, like, why is she coughing like that? And I was just like, that's what she does. She coughs like that. She smokes a lot of cigarettes and a lot of weed, and she coughs like that. Her lungs are horrible.
Yes, my lungs are horrible. My lungs are really shitty.
Yep.
This what happens when you start smoking at like 10, 11 years old, and your parents smoke in the house with you, and you never can really escape it.
Yep.
And then you choose to smoke for like 20 years.
I didn't start until I was 23.
I was waiting for
parents smoked around me the whole time.
I guess I was smoking since before I was born because my mom never even quit smoking. So I've been smoking my whole life, technically.
Yeah, my mom smoked with me. She smoked like 2 packs a day. Yeah, other than that, I don't know. That's why I didn't put my kids around it. Like, I couldn't smoke in the car with my kids, and I couldn't smoke in the house with my kids because of what my parents did to me, where they would smoke in the house with me and shit, and it was just like, and it wasn't even parents, it was just my mom and dad separate, blah, 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 but I refused to do that to mine because it was that feeling of like, oh, every time I was in the car with my dad and he'd light up a cigarette, it was always that feeling of like, man, do you have to do that around me? Do you have to make me feel that? Oh, you do because you're a fucking inconsiderate prick. Okay, gotcha. It's the truth.
Yeah, true.
People are inconsiderate assholes, but what are you gonna do?
Selfish.
Change, I guess.
Or not.
Heaven forbid you might change.
Some people
Some things will
are
never change.
incapable of change, I believe.
They're so distracted that they don't give a fuck. They don't actually pay attention to what is going on around them. They're still just like, I'm doing this, but I got to get back to this. I'm doing this, but I got to get back to this. Oh, yes, but I got to get back to this. Oh, yes, but I got to get back to this. Like, that's all I mean by distraction, is that people are so fucking distracted that they don't even, oh, I stubbed my toe and I didn't even know. And oh, I blah, 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 blah. Oh, am I running you over? I didn't even know that I'm still looking at my phone or not. Like,
10 points.
You ready for a cigarette, my dear?
I am. Well, we shall see you all later. We hope you enjoyed our little rants.
Almost got an hour out of it.
Almost got an hour. 52:03.
We'll see you guys later. Tune in for more.
And don't forget the Layer of Liz.
Layer of Liz.
In Elmer's World.
Elmer's World, blah, blah, blah. Just, yeah, you'll see us.